are not being followed by the rental golf carts. For example, babies being held on people's laps in the rear-facing seat. How do you propose to handle addressing this issue? Our police are overwhelmed and cannot address all the rules being broken.
Okay, is that better? Yeah. It is a police issue, and if they're overworked, I mean, we're going to have to hire some more, do whatever. You can't just let it go away. It's dangerous, and you've got to take the bull by the horns and go with what you've got to deal with. You can't say the police are overworked and just let it go. You're going to have to do whatever, the police department's going to have to step up and do whatever they need to do if that's the case. And we've got a great police department and they can do it. I've seen a lot of stops where people are getting tickets now for seat belts and other minor stuff, not stopping at stop signs, is rolling out. But that's part of the job, and the police can do it, and that's where I would put the responsibility, is with our police department. They can handle it.
Okay. First of all, I do think that the town has really stepped up their enforcement of rules concerning golf carts, seat belts, and underage drivers. I think that it's really, they've got a better handle on it. You know, and there are a lot of golf carts out here in the summer, and coverage, quite frankly, is a problem. Okay, you just can't be everywhere with them going back and forth. One of the things I would encourage people to do, if you see somebody doing something wrong, call. Okay, easy enough. Also, call the golf cart company. I was out walking one day and some kids came by in a 6-seat golf cart. I was on one of the dirt roads down there by where you live. They power slid next to me and yelled, "Get out of the road, old man." And I said, "Okay, carry golf cart number 133, I will." And you saw the blood run out of their face. Okay? And then, okay. And then hold the leaseholder accountable. Yeah, I mean, it's the parent. If a parent lets a kid drive the golf cart, they're breaking the law. Hold them accountable. But I think that, you know, we need to backfill a little bit in the summer, and it's only for 8 or 9 weeks that we're overwhelmed by them. So if you see something, say something. Thank you.
Last summer, we got many calls to our police station about underage drivers. So we got together as a town council and decided that we wanted our police department to step up regulations. We have 4 beautiful signs you may have seen on my island at one time that says no underage driving, and it had the international no mark. They must be in some dorm room somewhere now. They're all gone. We ordered some more. But we put together a multifaceted attack on this to try to get it under control. Facets where we went to the golf cart companies. Many of them have stickers now, no underage drivers, you gotta be licensed to drive. We went to the rental companies and put a folder into the rental agencies' packets for people to pick that up. And I know you've seen our mobile sign that's electric that says, "Please buckle up in the use of your golf carts." So I have seen, and I've had my eyes on it closely, I've seen a real significant positive move on the users of golf carts as a result of some of the things we've done. We've even had golf cart stops. Sunday morning, I would stop going to a beach worship service by our police department, had my seatbelt buckled and had my driver's license. So it can happen to anybody. And I was proud that I got stopped and said, I will comply. So it's a step in the right direction, I believe. Thank you.
Dave, I'm so glad that the town is doing the things that they are doing right now, especially going to the golf cart rental companies, because that was one thing I was thinking of too, because I saw on some of the rental carts, all the rules posted on their windshield. And I thought that was a great idea, and I was going to mention the town trying to do that. I don't know if it could be put in an ordinance or anything like that, but I'm glad it's being done. I'm also glad that Chief Ken Bellamy and the police department have started doing checkpoints. I too, we were out riding around and during the summer and went to see the sunset down here on the west end, and we're riding back and went through a checkpoint, and we had our seatbelts on, we had our licenses, and I was glad to see that happening, because I am concerned about all the unlicensed and underage drivers and the reckless driving. I mean, my boyfriend and I witnessed it one night, the reckless driving at Town Center Park. It was just one evening. It wasn't during one of the big events, just people out and about, playing the mini golf and all the good things that we have going on downtown. And witnessed some teenagers trying to do donuts right there on Gaitha Street. And I said something to them, but of course there was no avail to that. They were just ignored me. And so I was glad that we had the TIP 411 program that we have that we can text. So I just automatically just put that in, and so that came in handy. So I'm glad that they are trying to step up and do things to help with the golf cart problem.
So one of the things that Ken Bellamy has told me is that you can't enforce what you don't see. So golf carts are going to be a difficult thing to do. What I would propose is that we look into, and I have no idea how we do this necessarily, but that we look into raising the fines for any of these offenses that are committed, so that when we do catch them, we make it, hit people where it counts in the pocketbook and those parents or whatever. If in any way there's a way to do that, that we attempt to do it that way. Also, I've had a number of residents who said that they applauded the police department for what they were trying to do to enforce the ordinance, but they felt it didn't go on long enough and it was ineffective in the long run due to the change of turnover of our visitors every week. I had a police officer of 30 years who was trying to explain to me that there are two reasons that you effect actions like stops, and those are either you're trying to get compliance or you're trying to get revenue. So if you're trying to get revenue, of course, you're going to write them a ticket and you're going to take the fee. If you're trying to get compliance, you have to do it again and again and again and again in order to get compliance. So I would ask Ken to make sure that if we do any initiatives like this, we do them long enough so that they are truly effective.
Public safety and risk management are pretty critical in my mind, and I was pleased to see what the police department had been doing on the island, because I have a pretty good view of a lot of people getting stopped on these long golf carts, especially where there's 18 people hanging on the side of them. I think it's important that now we get past the warning phase and start writing tickets to the extent possible. Continuing to stress the issue that safety is paramount is important. And so I would be totally in favor of not only an education program to make sure that all the golf cart rental companies knew we were watching their vehicles and we're making note of numbers, and for them to do their part to educate anyone renting, but also to make sure that if there's an opportunity to find someone for not having a child strapped in to a golf cart, really, are you kidding me? Who is that stupid these days? But it happens. And it's very scary to see children hanging off a golf cart going down Causeway Drive, or adults for that matter. So I would be 100% in favor of the police department doing everything they can to write tickets now. We've given warnings, we've got signs that say, buckle up. Now it's time to put a little more teeth to the fine. And I would be in favor of having the police department aggressively write tickets for, that gets people's attention. If you hit them in the pocketbook, that's the best way to do it.